everyone, welcome back. This is Coco. We are doing a shave down today on her. I don't see her for about 4 to 5 months. So we do a shave down every time she comes in so that the next time I see her she won't be all matted. I'm using a 7 FC blade and I am using a Ultra Edge for the pre-bath cut. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect. All you're doing is just making a rough cut, taking off all that bulk of hair that you don't need. I will be going over it again with a ceramic edge after the drying time is done. This just reduces the time not in the dryer but with the dryer. Since most dogs don't like being dried. So I like making my summer cuts and my shave downs, which is basically the same thing, with a 7 blade. I don't use a number 10 for shave downs. I think it's too short, and the 7F is just a tiny bit longer. I think it's long enough so the dog is still protected from the sun and everything that comes its way. And a number 10 I just use for Sanitary. Oh, and never use a number 7 on a Sanitary because the teeth are too wide apart. The teeth are too wide apart from each other and the skin can get caught in between. So using number 10, the teeth are much closer and it is less likely for you to catch skin. Just be really careful. doing here is taking down the top knot. The same, just making a rough cut so it doesn't take as long to dry. And I am using the orange comb with the Oster comb attachments. And I'm using a number 10 blade under. So I'm trying out this shampoo from Animal Planet. It's a oatmeal shampoo for sensitive skin. She doesn't have sensitive skin, but I just wanted to test it out, see how much it lathers, what it smelled like, just overall how much I liked it. It didn't lather as much as I like it to. It's just a thing of preference, I guess. As long as it takes out dirt and does its job, it's fine. But I like a lot of soapy water. So, but as you can see in the bottom of the tub, it is getting out all that nasty dirt and yuckiness that was in her coat. And now I am using a small comb to take out the eye boogers. I had already wet them down and just let them soak for a little bit so that they weren't as hard to comb out. See, that one wasn't ready yet, so just gotta pull it away from the skin and wait another bit, just a little bit more so that they come out. So she did very well with the nail cutting. I will be making a nail cutting video where I will explain in depth with diagrams and a short video of how to do so. As you can tell on this nail, I'll make one cut, and then after that I'll start shaving off until I see a little black spot. That's when you know you should stop. So for the sanitary trim, I will be using a number 10 blade. I will first start off by taking off the hair that is in the inner corner of the eyes. Then I will shave the inner thighs and the tummy. Be very careful not to apply too much pressure because you can cause clipper burn. And what that will do is it'll make the dog very itchy because of the skin that is very sensitive down there. It's very thin, so just light pressure and being very careful not to apply too much pressure and not to nick the dog. Those mats that you see right there under in his inner thigh is why I do a very long sanitary trim on the thighs, because that's where they get more mats. Just cleaning up the area. Do have a separate video on the sanitary trim. I will link it here on your top right corner, so make sure to check that out and see if it'll answer your question. If not, just leave a comment on that video and I will get back to you. So now I'm going to use the ceramic edge 7FC blade. Remember before I used the Ultra for the rough cut? And basically what I'm going to do is just finalize the cut, make sure that everything looks even and that there's no choppiness to the haircut. And using the ceramic edge, I really do think it makes a difference. I really prefer the ceramic edge over the Ultra edge. So that's why I use the Ultra edge for the rough cut, just because it can be sharpened. But the ceramic edge leaves a nicer cut, I feel. So just finishing up, getting all the hair that I missed at the beginning. And yeah. So Coco is a 12-year-old dog. She has 2 other brothers. Haven't seen them in a while. They've only brought her. But I think she does very good. She is a senior dog and she looks quite comfortable and quite sure of herself, even though she did tremble a little bit, but I mean, she did very good. just so I can get a better idea of the proportion that it should be in compared to the body. And with Coco, I used a number 10 blade under this blue oyster comb, and I did that for the top knot and for the cheeks, and in reverse in the jawline, just to shorten that beard-like hair. When you go in reverse with a blade or with a clipper guard, the haircut is shorter than if you go with the hair of the grain of the hair. When working around the muzzle and you're using a sharp object such as scissors, clippers, even some dematting tools that have sharp edges to them, you should always use your opposite hand to keep that muzzle closed, just because some dogs like to lick around their lips while you're working with them, and you can easily accidentally cut them. So always make sure you do have one hand closing that muzzle shut. Sorry guys, I know you can't see any of this, but what I'm doing is I'm just taking off with my scissors the hair that was left uncut by the clipper blade near the eyes. I will have to lower my camera angle for that so that you guys can see everything I'm doing. guys, so that's all for this video. I will be putting a picture of Coco's final look, and hope you liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Bye! Happy grooming and keep safe.